How to sexually satisfy your husband. Every woman needs this information. Share this one with all your girlfriends, please. We'll have happier men. So stay tuned and watch this. If you haven't subscribed, please do. We have lots of helpful videos. And also, if you have a question about this or any other topic, please go to the box, put it in there. We'll get back to you. Stay with us. How to sexually satisfy your husband. This is a great topic. And first of all, thank you for taking a few minutes to invest on how to do this, because so many women sidestep their husband's sexuality. Although they know it's a big need in dating and early marriage, it tends to fade over childbearing years and becomes less a priority as her world gets cluttered. And sadly, the man can get really hurt and frustrated with this. So you having a desire to prevent that or to move forward is fantastic. Now, I'm not going to be talking about 30 positions. That's not what I'm going to be doing. What I want to share with you is an idea. We call this Upgrade Your Sex Life. It's a book, it's a video. Because inside of our heart, inside of our being, we all want to hear something specifically as it relates to sexuality. And once you understand your husband's sexual expression, now, it might be fun, it might be desire, which most men, it actually is desire. I'll talk a little bit about that because that's where they want to hear, I want you. They want you to initiate. They want you to have some creativity and want you to have some ideas because it makes them feel wanted. That's because it's the way they're designed sexually. It's not because they're bad people, okay? It might be pleasure where they want to experiment and try things and be creative as far as like pushing the envelope as far as sexual experiences, okay? It might be patience. Most men are not into patience, where they want, 30-minute, touching and massaging before they start sex. Some are, but it's rare. Most women, that's them. Okay, and it might be celebration, where they really want you to celebrate who they are, not just sexually, but who they are as far as your lover, your friend, your confidant, the person you want to share your life with. Now, I want to share some things about having great sex. And this is in the Upgrade Your Sex. I strongly recommend you guys watch this video together because he probably doesn't know your sexual expression and he's probably wanting you to be his. And that's where a lot of couples get messed up. And once you unwind that and say, this is my sexual expression, this is your sexual expression, now I only have to master one language. And what's incredible about Upgrade Your Sex Life is I actually walk through each sexual expression and I give you the language that they actually need to hear. What's the environment that they need to hear? The things that they need to hear throughout the day or the week. What's the things that make them excited about when you actually invite them into sexuality? What are the things that they need to hear during sex that make them crazy and satiated? You need to know that specific language. And what about afterwards? What does he need to hear after an orgasm? Okay, so let's talk about how to satisfy your husband. Number one, sex has to be a priority. Now, I'm not talking about it needs to be the most important thing all the time, every time. But if you're one of those women who you never initiate, you have sent a message that you don't want him, you don't love him, he's ugly, and you don't like sex. And if that is what you're trying to send, you're doing a great job. And he will eventually resent you, and that will be well-deserved because you said you would love, honor, and cherish him, and he took you at your word that you meant that, in not just as friendship, but as a sexual partner. And so if you don't have information on healthy sexuality and you weren't raised with that, the Upgrade Your Sex Life can help you move forward in that area, okay? One of the ways that you can also have great sex with him is to maintain these simple guidelines. Eyes open during sex. Look at him, have him look at you. If he bonds to your body during sex and your eyes, he doesn't want anything else. He wants you, okay? Number two, a little bit of light on, not like this theater lighting, but just a little candlelight so he can see you and enjoy your beauty. Men enjoy the beauty of your body. It doesn't matter what your body looks like, okay? And let me just tell you straight up, if you're so self-conscious about your body, you're not a good lover and you need to get over it. or you need to get over it. You need to get really comfortable with your body and let him see it, let him play with it, because men are very visual. They enjoy your body. It doesn't matter how overweight or underweight you are. It doesn't matter how big you are top, how big your bottom is. If you're all in sexually, he loves your body. Okay, now should you be healthy? Yes. Okay. However, that's not the issue. And in sex, if you're thinking about what you look like, what you smell like, what your body looks like, and you don't want to look and touch this, you're making sex so miserable for him because you're not present. He wants you to be engaged and connected and talking to him. Okay. Number 3, nurturing conversation. If you're a silent lover, it's not going to make him happy. He feels alone, unwanted, sometimes used, like you're just checking off your marital box and giving him something, but you're not there. You want to be all in. You want to talk to him during foreplay. Tell him how good that feels. Tell him what feels good. You want to encourage him when he's doing things that really are pleasure. You say, baby, that's really amazing. Stay there. You want to talk to him during intercourse. You want to share with him how good this feels. And you can talk about his sex organ. He would love to hear that you are pleased with his size, his masculinity, his whatever you guys call his penis, okay? Talk about his penis outside the bedroom. It makes him crazy, okay? You want to make him feel like you want sex, because the most painful thing for men is being married to someone who doesn't want them, that they always have to ask. And this is another thing. You need to initiate at least 50% of the time. In the book we talk about, or the video, we talk about setting up a sexual agreement where you both initiate sex. And you're like, well, Dr. Weiss, I just don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. Okay, learn. It's not that complicated. Get the material and learn. And then you practice. You sit across from each other and say, hey, I want to learn how to ask you for sex in your sexual expression. And for men, it's not that complicated. You can just look at them and say, I want to have sex with you. I want to make love to you. I want to take your clothes off of you right now. Get upstairs. Most men are very willing to go along with that. You don't have to be really give a whole story, as a woman, you might want, darling, I was thinking about you all day. And I want to put the kids to bed, and then I want to let you take a bath, and I want to let you, you're patient if that's your love, if that's your sexual expression. Okay, most men don't need all that. They just want to know you want to have sex. You can just text them and say, thinking about your body, make sure you have energy for me. That'll be enough, okay? But use your words. So many women are guilty of not satisfying their husband, not because the husband doesn't have an orgasm, but because he has it in silence. He doesn't get to hear you tell him positive things inside of sexuality. Now here's a secret, ladies. When he's having sex with you, he's 1000% the most open he can be, and anything you plant inside of him will come to fruit. And if you plant silence, you will guarantee to get resentment. If you plant criticism, you're going to get anger. If you plant positive, nurturing celebration statements, you're going to get a man who wants to be kind to you, who wants to serve you. Okay? They can't not do that. So you decide in the bedroom who you're going to be. And it's not based on your personality. Okay? It's based on what their needs are as far as what they need to hear. I'm not talking about, wearing different kind of clothes. That's fine if you want to do that. If creativity's, that's fine. Now, you will be sensitive if you're sensing that it's not coming from a healthy place. If it's coming from him watching pornography, you're going to be resistant, and I would want you to be, okay? If he has a sex addiction, a porn addiction, let him get help. Go to sexaddict.com. We have lots of materials there. If you're a partner of a sex addict, you've been injured sexually, you want to get some help for the whole healing process. And that's a whole nother issue, a whole nother topic. But I'm just talking in general principles, okay? You want to have an environment in which your husband perceives you as a sexual creature, not as someone who has to. He wants to hear that you have a sexual hunger, okay? And even if it's not that strong, he needs to hear it. Like, baby, I really want to make love to you tonight. Baby, I've been thinking about your body. I really remember the last time you made love to me in that position. Oh my God, you blew my brains out. That was so fun. And just tell him that over lunch. He'll think wow, she thinks about sex, because he thinks about it. He would love to know that you think about it. And oftentimes women do think about it, They just don't talk about it. And so you want to talk about it in different situations and environments. You can make your man satisfied and crazy. You might need to learn some things, but be open to that. And if there are emotional issues, like you feel like you're not getting your needs met, then have him. In the book, we talk about this, where they share 2 feelings a day with you. They give you 2 praises a day. They pray with you every day to give you the intimacy you need to feel fueled. Because if you're with a person who has an addiction, they're immature. You don't feel like your needs are being met. And so that makes you desire sex less. You can help them get some help so that you can get that built back up. If you have roadblocks from your past, sexual abuse, rapes, you want to get professional help so that you're on top of that and move forward. You don't want to use that as a roadblock, but as something to move through. I've been sexually abused, I get it, but it didn't stop me from having a great sex life. And it doesn't have to stop you if you process it through and heal. All right? Whatever you need to do, if you need to talk to a counselor, please call our office, 719-278-3708. Maybe they can help you navigate what the issues are for you. But you want to show up sexually, not just in the bedroom, okay? Men don't think about sex in the bedroom. They think about sex globally, okay? Outside, inside, this room, that place. They think about you as a sexual being when you're doing the dishes, when you're just walking around the house. If you're in a public place, they look at you and go, man, you are so hot. I really want you. They see sexuality as part of life. Not something you do, it's something I am. And if you think of sex as something you do, you can see you're already on 2 different pages. So really, I'd encourage you, you spend a few minutes with me. There's a lot more that can be learned by getting the Upgrade Your Sex Life. It can really change your life. I've seen miracles happen with that just to get a better understanding of each other. And then some processes to be able to improve skills. And then you can satisfy your husband. Now, if he's an addict, he's not satiated by relational sex, he has a problem. That's a different issue. But if it's a normal situation, you really have the potential to have an incredible, powerful influence on him sexually. And when that gets to his heart, it can really touch him in deep ways. Men are very sensitive sexually. And when you learn how their operating system works, you can ravish them and satisfy your husband in such a deep way. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please click the button. And if you have a question, put it in the box. I want you to have a great sex life.